Morning. Hope everyone's doing good. I'm in Lerderderg again. Today I'm on Rum Track. It's an old, I guess an old access track that heads down that way, and it's been closed for a lot of years. It's on some maps, but not on others. It's on, I guess, an old Victorian topo map, but it isn't on any other new maps that I can see. Maybe Google Maps have got it. But I'm going to head down that way and into the gully, have a look at what is down there, because I think someone said online that there might be some old remnants of a mining camp down there. So I'll head down here, and then I'll turn left down into Whiskey Creek, where I was a couple of weeks ago. Started this one at 7:30 and the temperature was 0. It was a little bit frosty. It's a balmy 5 degrees right now, so it's not too bad. And hopefully I get some hint as to where the road is, because right now I can't see it. Usually there's a bit of a clearing between the big trees and the small trees. I think you might have heard me say it before. There's no chaos when people come through to make something. It's all perfect. But so far I haven't seen anything that's been cleared through. I guess just walk in this general direction and see if I can find something. I'll have a bit more of a walk and see if I can find this darn road. I'll just come up a little gully. I couldn't find the track at all on the other side, but maybe it comes up through there between the big trees. It's pretty clear, and then it perhaps comes through these and heads down this way. Maybe. Every now and then I think I might have found something, but perhaps that tree tells me that the road comes through here and they chop that down. And that's been cut. So's the one just over there. So that's a bit of a clue, maybe. The rest of it is just nuts. But who knows how many years that this hasn't been used for, and it has been just left to revegetate. 50 years maybe longer. There's trees down everywhere through here. I've got to get down into that valley over there. I have to find my way around all this crap. Map said it comes through this way, but I can't see any sign of it apart from another cut stump. Anyway, and there's a gouge out of the hillside just past that tree there, just over here. The map actually says it goes up the other side, but I can't, from up here I can't see anything at all. Right, what I'm going to do now is go down into that little gully, walk along that and get into Whiskey Creek. Here's a wombat running down the hill. Oh, right behind that big tree now. Bugger.
Run, wombat, run. Run, wombat, run. Run, run, wombat, run.
Well, here I am walking down this little gully. Cleared up a little bit here. Still got to be a bit careful, as it could be a false like a false ground where a log's dropped and been covered by stuff. But I reckon Mr. Wombat that I only just caught running down the hill, yeah, I reckon this might be its area. A lot of the branches have been chewed on, it looks like. Yeah, it was coming down here, so it'd be interesting to see if I can find it. Lovely little area. One gully comes from that way. One gully comes from that way. Cockatoos aren't happy. And Whiskey Creek is down that way. Probably 500 metres down there. I'm just going to walk down there and see if I can get to it. This is getting into the thick of it. Big tree ferns. Lots around here. Little bit of a track from the Wombat, I reckon. I don't know how much further I can get down this way because it's pretty solid, and I don't want to go in there, so I might. I think that's a little bit impassable there. I may just have to go up the hill and along and see if I can get down. I made it up the hill, came up just over there, and I pretty much crawled up. Wasn't that it was too steep, it is kind of steep, but it was so slippery. There was a little bit that I thought might have been a bit of a camp, but there was nothing else to back that up. You know, like this little spot here is flat for no reason around a couple of trees. There's nothing else around, there's nothing else to say anyone was here. And they're going to keep going that way, straight in front. Hopefully I can get to the creek. Well, there's another little gully. Goes down in that creek I was in before. I've just come up through that way. Wasn't too bad really. So now I just got to go round this spur here, and then I'll be able to see whether I get into the creek or not. There goes the cockies. Don't seem too worried about me now. And Blackwood straight through there, straight through that gap. Beautiful view. Be a beautiful spot for a campsite if it wasn't for these big old trees, and there's one big massive dead one up there as well. That one big white thing right there, look at that. That'll ruin your day. I think we might have a little shaft here. And there's something else. Well, the only reason I'm thinking it might be something because we've got a bit of quite a lot of rocks dug out and thrown to the side. So someone was looking for something. This is nowhere that I wanted to be. I'm actually I'm heading to the spur at the end of Champagne Track, which isn't Champagne Track. And I saw that. I thought, yeah, it's something different. So to me that's been dug out, and there might be something above it as well. The gimbal isn't working again for some reason, so we're just going to have to do it by hand and hopefully it's not crap. and that gully there takes you down into Whiskey, but right down the end of it, it's almost vertical. So that's out of the question. I'm just going to go up and have a look and see if that other bit of dirt that I saw is a dig, or whether it's a tree that's pulled out of the ground and left a mound behind. There's the hole there. Do you believe in magic? Some more mushies. Big old tree that's come out in the ground. More mushies. More. They're all over the joint. Nah, I don't think it's a dig. Kinda looks like it's been cleared though. I don't know why. Every now and then you get a tree stump that's been cut, you know, that it's definitely been chopped. Or probably a saw, I'd say, that one. So it's probably at a later mid-1900s. That's another one. And I'm on the little spur now that I actually want it to be. Beautiful shot of the sun coming through the trees there. I'm on the spur that I pointed out before, and to me there was a road that came through here. You can see how flat it is in the middle, and it kind of goes up and around a little bit. Just by the way, there's a whole heap of smaller trees in between the big ones. And this spur keeps going down this way. So that's where I'm going. Not saying I'm going to keep the walk happening or the exploration going, but you know, if this ends up being easy to get into the creek, I'm going to do it. Or it'll be like one of the other videos I did where I went down and checked it out and came back a couple of weeks later. So maybe I'll record this on the way out so I know exactly where I am, and then I can come back, weather permitting, and head down here. There's another sawn tree there. There were sawmills around here, I think over the other side of near Blackwood Road. And there's another one. Whiskey Creek is straight down here. So I'm going to walk down, see what it's like to get into it. And if it's decent, I'm going to turn around and plan it for another day, and probably get down. I'll see how long it takes me to get back to the car. That looks like another cut tree. I'll see how long it takes me to get back to the car, and then I'll decide whether or not I come this way, then loop around and go back up Vodka. It'll end up being about 3 kilometres in the creek. Might be impassable, who knows. And so far it's not too bad here. Guess what? I made it down into Whiskey Creek. 2.5 hours after I left the car. When if you walk straight down the track and go down via Vodka Track, you're looking at maybe 45 minutes. And this is it. I'm going to walk down this a little bit, see if I can get any glimpses of any workings, and then I'm going to turn around and go out the way I come in just then and plan a big explore for another day. I've made my way back out of Whiskey Creek. I've come up the spur and now on the ridge. I'm nearly at the main track, probably only a couple hundred meters to go. So I reckon when I come down in here, I might come through this way and get to Whiskey Creek right up one end and walk my way down. And you know, if I can't, at least this way is an easy way to get out. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do what I wanted to do today, but I had a good look. If you lasted this long, thanks for hanging around, and I will see you later. Take care. Uru.